It's been let's say, curious past few days for Reuters White House correspondent Jeff Mason, as the press secretary essentially questions his faith, and then the president mocks his following the White House health guidelines.
What specific provision of federal law allows the president to override a governor's
The president
decision?
will strongly encourage every governor to allow their churches to reopen. And boy, it's interesting to be in a room that desperately wants to seem to see these churches and houses of worship stay closed.
The president said that he has that.
Haley, I object to that. I mean, I go to church. I'm dying to go back to church. The question that we're asking you and would like to have asked the president and Dr. Birx is it safe? And if it's not safe, is the president trying to encourage that, or does the president agree with Dr. Birx that people should wait?
I couldn't hear you. Can you take it up because I cannot hear you?
I'll just speak louder, sir.
Oh, okay, good. You want to be politically correct. Go ahead.
No, sir. I just want to wear the mask.
Go ahead.
Wow. Jeff joins us now, along with former U.S. Senator, now on NBC News and MSNBC political analyst Claire McCaskill. And Jonathan Lemire is still with us. He is White House reporter for the Associated Press.
Jeff, let me first. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know how stupid certain people in the White House think everybody is, but they obviously think that they're extraordinarily stupid to suggest that because you're asking a question about the safety of going to churches and whether the president actually has the legal authority to issue an order, which he doesn't, that somehow you didn't want to go to church and didn't want Americans to go to church, and you took umbrage with that. And then yesterday, the president calling you politically correct for wearing a mask, for doing exactly what his Surgeon General and his doctors have been telling Americans to do every day. What's going on in the White House right now? Why is the president seemingly more unmoored than ever before?
Well, I don't have an answer to what's going on. I think, Joe, specifically on the issue of the mask, his comment there is just sort of representative of his overall feeling about wearing masks, which seems to be that he doesn't think it's masculine. Joe Biden referred to that in his comments in his interview yesterday. It doesn't seem like something that he certainly wants to do for himself, and he does rib other people for having them on. And it's certainly not political or politically correct to wear a mask. I mean, in yesterday's press conference where I had mine on and where all the other journalists had theirs on as well, you know, the CDC guidelines say you should wear a mask, particularly if you can't social distance. And the reporters were not necessarily 6 feet away from each other. You sort of have to get close to get up to that microphone. And so that's why I had a mask on. And it's certainly not about being politically correct.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.